to keep a peace of mind. I'm like Malcolm with my piece at the Venetian blinds. I'm trying to manifest some things in my...
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both time ago, and of course the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Newton on first down. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. For Cam Newton, the arm strength, maybe not what it was circa his MVP season of 2015, but he uncorks a big one there.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Mon to the air on 1st and 10. Open man is Trey Burton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Well, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with...
They've got his man complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Mon. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Looking for Wright, and he finds him. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
To throw is Newton. Here's a diving catch right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the gun, here's Mon. He'll let this go for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The scoreboard tells the story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A give to Cook out of the gun. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. DJ Chark with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Mon. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Play action. It's Newton. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking.
And in for the Lions touchdown. Cam Newton with his 5th touchdown pass of the game. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And, Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Mon. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And they go play action here. Mon. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Lions are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Newton. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Here's Newton. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Just beating the play clock is Newton. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chris Boyd able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. We're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Mon going to throw it. Quick slant here to Smith. Touchdown, Vikings! Irv Smith Jr., his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are able to get a score back. extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Viking 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
To throw again on second down, Newton. It's complete to Williams. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Newton's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one. So they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Newton throwing again. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there, picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness. And
then he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Cam Newton, as the first half is winding down. And the Lions would extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half.
42, Viking 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their... They take over here with 11 seconds remaining. On 1st and 10, here's Mon. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Again, it's Cook. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings feature back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. Second in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Another try after the first down sack. Mon. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Third down from the gun, it's Mon. And that will be incomplete. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Well, I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Under pressure is Mon, and he'll go down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A shotgun snap for Newton. Throw caught by Raymond. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Cam's going to run the option right. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
2nd and 5 now. Newton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Throwing is Newton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark there to make the grab. And the Lions have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On first down, here's Mon. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. I certainly know that I, for one, would not like to be on the other end of a tackle when this guy's coming at you full speed from his strong safety spot. Boy, that was a nice play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mond out of the shotgun. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. He's got the first down inside the 10. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. The way he went into that contact as a rookie QB, you just kind of hold your breath. Maybe slide there?
Probably a very good idea. Not probably. Definitely a very good idea. And I go back to something someone told me a long time ago. In college, yeah, those guys are going to hit you, but they're just playing for a scholarship. These guys in the NFL, they're hitting you for jobs. That's a whole different hit.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kellen Mond, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Vikings are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team will send this one away. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Here's Newton. Staying on his feet. And he's going to lose yardage here. as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Out of the gun, Newton. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Williams. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Now it's Peterson. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Give him a there, 2nd and 8.
At the 25-yard line.
Here's Mon. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Mon looks to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. The Cam's throw taken in by Chark. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
On first down, it's Newton. That is caught. It's Williams. And he'll be out right at the 35.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. Chris Boyd in there to make the play.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A big play there on the catch and run.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like, that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
From the red zone now, Newton. Flushed out right, and he'll just get rid of it. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. From the gun, here's Newton. Steps away to his left. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. He was brought down by big Levi Onwuzurike. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Mon. 20. 10. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneeling. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Keeps himself upright. And this one is incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Lions, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Vikings,